Hey guys, I'm Alice and you probably know me as Salin. I am 26 years old and I'm a melodic techno DJ and producer. I'm also a member in Outground's team, a team founded by my favorite Reign of Time, which holds some alternative aesthetic events. From a young age, I was very interested in art, so when I was a kid, I was playing the guitar, and later on in my teenage life, I decided to do something with dancing, and back then I was really active in the hip hop scene. While I graduated school, I decided to study photography, and while I was studying photography, I was working in the field of catering. My first event ever was back in 2015, where I randomly went to a club that was playing techno, and I fell in love with that genre since then. I decided that I wanted to get more involved in the electronic music era, so I decided to go and study 3 years later, back in 2018, electronic music production. As I said before, I started falling in love with electronic music back in 2015, where accidentally I went to a techno party, and if I remember correctly, Hito was playing that night. From that moment and on, I knew that I wanted to learn a lot about the music, the genre, the culture, the artist. So I started digging on my own music, and I started to go in every event I knew it was happening back then. At one point or another, I just wanted to participate in that scene more, and not like a clubber. I wanted to do something creative, something productive. I decided then to go and study electronic music production in 2017. And DJing came right after that. While I was studying electronic music production, I started DJing at that time, and that's when I knew that I want to do that in the rest of my life. What inspired me the most is that I saw artists on the booth and playing and sharing their passion, their love, and people underneath them was like crazy and dancing and laughing and loving each other, and that really mesmerized me. So that's why I really want to get involved, and of course my love for music. Funniest fail moment, huh? Well, I have plenty, but I will tell you the first one that crossed my mind that back then got me almost a heart attack. Well, it was like the second or third gig I ever played, and I wasn't very comfortable with equipment nor with software like Recordbox and stuff. That night I was playing at 6 a.m, so I went to the club at 2 a.m. A colleague of mine was playing at that moment, so I gave him my USB stick to check if everything was okay, because I had a feeling that something had went wrong. So he checked, the folder was there, the tracks were there, so everything seemed to be fine. It was about my time to get up on the booth. Reign of Time was playing before me, so I was going there to change them and do the closing act. I put my USB, I found the folder, I found the tracks, everything seemed to be fine, so I'm searching for the first track to play, and I select one and it doesn't play. So I select the next one and the next one, and none of them were playing at all. So I was like, oh my god, what is going on right now? My friend Stavros suggested that I should take their USB because we have a lot of common in our music taste, and they have a large list of tracks. So that's what I did. I started playing. I was so upset and disappointed by myself. I didn't even look at the crowd. I was fully blinded. And at some point, a friend of mine came up on the booth and told me that, go on, they really like it. I was like, no way, this cannot be happening. So I looked at the crowd and realized that it's not that bad. Well, I was playing for 2 hours that night, or 3, I'm not sure. And when the event ended, I got down from the booth and everyone was like, "Oh my god, that was so good and congratulations." I was like, "What?" I couldn't believe that, and eventually it ended up to be a great day for me. It's still a man's world, right? Situation has improved over the years, but a lot more has to be done. Doors and stages should be open equally for everyone who wishes to be in it. More chances with same terms and opportunities for all. This cannot happen without everyone's music industry contribution. The audience is there and it wants to be carried away and lifted up by the music, no matter what the gender of the person who's in front of them is. Well, I believe that men are considered to be much more trustworthy than women in most occasions. In the music industry, we'll see that in a lineup globally, men used to dominate the events. I believe for a woman to be considered as a successful performer, an artist, or everything, it takes a lot of more than it takes for a man to. So one thing more I believe is that a man can be easier promoted. So yeah, sometimes I believe that we don't have the same opportunities as men do. For years now, many steps towards gender equality have been made. Communities are being established for supporting women and non-conforming gender people. In addition, I believe that it would be really nice if women from the music industry or not had speeches about how a woman should be confident in her everyday life or her work. One more interesting thing, I believe that it would be that we could hold seminars about music production and make people work together, not based by their gender, but their music taste. Women should be taught from a very young age that they shouldn't put their dreams behind and their ambitions, and they have to be confident about everything they do in their lives. I personally believe that problems can be solved through conversation. So the idea is to create something like a group or a chat or a platform that would work like a safety net to those who are in need and want to express and share the stories about how gender equality has affected them. In that way, we would all be aware of what is happening and going on, and we could more easily protect and support each other. But make no mistake, reacting is good. Proacting is even better, and I believe that that is the answer to gender inequalities. I also truly believe that the way to reach the level where equality is not a claim, is not a fight, but it is a given, is to educate both genders the same way, to raise them without norms or traditions, but individually as their potentials, their dreams, and their accomplishments. Well, I have many advice to give, but I will stick to the one that for me matters the most, and that is to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself every day and every step of the way. You have to work hard and challenge the process. You have to be bold and do whatever you want to do, because you have to follow your passion, and that will take you to many places. And one last thing, please, when you go and play to a party or whatever, please take 2 USB sticks with you. Thank you.